10 UK villages tourists love, but residents think twice. There's nothing quite like a charming British village. Visitors wander in with wide eyes, clutching cameras, eager to soak in honeystone cottages, fishing harbours, steep cobbled lanes, and rolling green hills. But behind those perfect postcards lies another story, one that only locals truly feel. While these places deliver magic for weekend trips, some are surprisingly difficult to call home. From heavy tourist traffic to high property prices, narrow lanes, limited parking, unpredictable weather, and a lack of everyday services, village living isn't always the quiet dream people imagine. Here are 10 UK villages tourists love, but residents think twice. 10. Bourton-on-the-Water, Gloucestershire. Bourton-on-the-Water looks like a place carved straight out of a storybook. Its stone bridges arch gently over the River Windrush, and its village centre bustles with cafes, bakeries, and riverside spots where visitors dip their feet in the shallow water. It's easy to see why tourists adore it. Bourton is beautiful from every angle. But if you talk to locals, a different picture emerges. Summers bring thousands of visitors every weekend, sometimes more. That peaceful riverside becomes shoulder to shoulder with families, tour buses, and cars searching endlessly for parking. Property prices have also risen significantly due to second homes, which makes everyday village life harder for long-term residents. Many still love the place deeply, but they quietly admit it can be exhausting. 9. Combe, Wiltshire. Combe often appears on lists of prettiest villages in England, and the title isn't an exaggeration. Its honey-coloured cottages, medieval market cross, and peaceful woodland walks pull in thousands of visitors each year. It has starred in several films too, which only boosts its fame. But here's the challenge. The village is tiny. It has no shops, extremely limited parking, and narrow lanes that fill up quickly with visitors. Residents often need to plan their day around tourist peaks, especially during summer and autumn. It's a dream to visit for an hour or two, but running daily errands, welcoming delivery drivers, or simply finding peace and quiet can require patience and planning. 8. Clovelly, Devon. Clovelly is one of the most unique villages in the UK. With its steep, cobbled street winding down to a blue water harbour, it feels like stepping into another era. No cars are allowed in the main village, so everything, shopping bags, building materials, groceries, must be moved using sledges or pulled by hand. For tourists, this is part of its charm. For residents, it's real effort. Add heavy summer footfall, slippery cobbles in wet weather, and the challenges of living in a privately owned estate village, and you can see why locals often say it's beautiful, but not always easy. Despite all that, many wouldn't trade it for anything. Clovelly still feels like a place where time slows down, even if it asks more from those who live there. 7. Robin Hood's Bay, North Yorkshire. Few villages are as visually striking as Robin Hood's Bay. Its tightly packed cottages appear to cling to the cliffs, and narrow, twisting alleys create a labyrinth that feels like a treasure map come to life. For holidaymakers, it's enchanting. But the geography comes with challenges. The village is steep, extremely steep. Residents frequently walk uphill with groceries, prams, luggage, and even furniture. There's also the reality of stormy winters and the constant risk of flooding due to its location at sea level. Meanwhile, many homes are now holiday lets, which drives up prices and limits the availability of full-time housing. It's stunning, historic, and unforgettable, but it's not the easiest place for everyday routines. 6. Mousehole, Cornwall. Mousehole, pronounced Mousehole, might be one of Britain's most charming fishing villages. Its tiny harbour, stone cottages, and festive lights display each December attract visitors from all over the country. It feels warm, cosy, and incredibly picturesque. But for residents, practicality can be a different story. Parking is notoriously difficult. Many homes do not have driveways and spaces fill fast. Summer visitors crowd the narrow streets, and local services are limited outside peak season. And because Mousehole is so desirable, property prices have climbed far beyond what many local families can afford. It's a gem, but behind the postcard perfection, daily village life takes adaptability. 5. Polperro, Cornwall. Polperro's narrow streets, tiny harbour and tall fishermen's cottages make it one of Cornwall's most photographed villages. With charming pubs, coastal walks and sea views around every corner, it feels like a place built for daydreamers. But this beauty comes with restrictions. Cars are not allowed in much of the village, meaning locals rely heavily on walking and a nearby car park. The village can become packed in summer, and many traditional homes are now second residences. Residents often describe Polperro as a wonderful place to love, if you don't mind village life that bends to the needs of tourism. 4. Bibury, Gloucestershire. Bibury's Arlington Row is so famous it appears on postcards, calendars and even inside British passports. Photographers arrive daily, sometimes in coachloads, hoping to capture the perfect shot of the historic weavers' cottages. But for the people who live in Bibury, constant foot traffic is the everyday reality. Parking pressure, crowded pathways, and a steady stream of visitors can transform the village from quiet to bustling at any moment. It remains one of the most beautiful villages in the UK, but the visitor numbers make peaceful day-to-day living harder than the photos show. 3. Lower Slaughter, Gloucestershire. Lower Slaughter is small, serene and soaked in countryside charm. The River Eye runs softly through the village, passing stone cottages and a historic watermill that tourists adore. It feels calm and idyllic, the kind of place where life moves at a slow, steady pace. However, its beauty brings serious demand from visitors and second home buyers. House prices in Lower Slaughter are among the highest in the region, making it difficult for younger generations to stay. Limited shops and facilities mean residents often rely on nearby towns for basics. It's peaceful for a weekend stroll, but harder to navigate as a full-time home. 2. Staithes, North Yorkshire. Staithes is a colourful fishing village with a dramatic cliff backdrop. Its charm has made it beloved by artists, photographers and travellers looking for something raw and rugged. The narrow lanes and stacked houses evoke old coastal life at its finest. But residents must contend with something visitors don't see. The village's layout makes everyday access difficult. The steep descent to the harbour means long uphill walks with shopping, supplies or luggage. Parking is limited. Coastal erosion and landslip risks are ongoing concerns. And winter storms can be fierce. It's undeniably beautiful, but its geography demands resilience. 1. Port Isaac, Cornwall. Port Isaac has become world famous thanks to its dramatic coastline, tiny alleys, and TV fame. Visitors arrive year-round to explore the harbour, climb the coastal paths, and wander the narrow lanes, some barely wide enough for one person. But residents deal with a different side of this fame. The village becomes extremely crowded in peak seasons. Parking is tight. Delivery drivers often struggle to reach homes. Housing prices have soared because of demand for holiday lets. And with limited space for expansion, the village feels heavily compressed at busy times. Even so, Port Isaac remains one of the UK's most stunning coastal places. Just one that asks a lot from the people who call it home. These villages are stunning, unforgettable, and packed with timeless British charm. But beauty alone doesn't always translate into easy living. From rising housing costs to heavy visitor numbers and tricky geography, life behind the postcard can surprise people. Still, each village holds a unique charm that visitors and many residents continue to treasure. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.